first of the month, but it is also a Victory Monday. Matter of fact, for those of you watching us, let's play a little quick game, fellas. Um, if your team won this week, raise your hand. All right, that's cool. Everybody's team.
Both of my teams won. The Cowboys and the Panthers. We both
Yeah,
won.
there you go. Here we go. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. I go by the name of Eddie Cool, the HOC in this thing, and of course, I don't. Not only do I have one, but I have two of the best coaches in the world. Introducing first, coming to you live from a very cold, very frigid Washington, Pennsylvania. He is the money man, Scotty D.
Are we batting out of order today?
Go for it.
We? You know what? Scotty D, I know you got things to do. So I mean, I know you got things to do, but go ahead, Scotty D. Go ahead.
We ready.
Oh, no.
We ready for y'all. It was a good weekend. Good turkey day. My belly's full. My heart is full. I have a lot of fun things to share with you guys. But yeah, go ahead and introduce the other guy.
Oh, not the other guy. Usually he goes first, but Eddie Cooler's got a whole lot going on. He needs to see his therapist anyway because he about to lose his mind. The other guy that's running the ship down there in Fayetteville, North Carolina, a fellow Carolina Panthers fan. His Clemson Tigers did beat my South Carolina Gamecocks, and we kind of don't care because both teams are, ladies and gentlemen, he is the almighty B-Line.
Wait. Clemson and South Carolina played this past weekend?
They did.
Oh, I missed that. I did not know that.
Me too. I missed a lot this weekend. But anyways, yeah. Be live.
It's be live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today?
How did I not know that?
Ignore what the hell he just said. Talk about, oh, we don't care because both our teams are terrible. He says that because his team lost. What you mean? Oh yeah, we care. The Palmetto Bowl is ours. We own this state. What you mean? And let me just go across the line real quick, if you don't mind, because I think this could go down as one of the greatest Thanksgiving weekends ever. Clemson beat South Carolina, so Clemson won and South Carolina lost. Florida State lost to Florida. So I don't like Florida State either. And when it comes to my other sports, let's go into hockey. The Carolina Hurricanes won 2 games this weekend. Let's go.
2 of them.
Let's go into basketball. Pro basketball. The Charlotte Hornets won 2 games this weekend.
Lord, they won 2 games.
When it comes to the NFL, my Carolina Panthers beat the best team in the NFC. And if you want to go across the pond, Liverpool actually won and finally got off of that stride that they've been going on. Every single one of my teams won, and almost every one of the teams I dislike lost. The only team that I disliked thoroughly that actually won this weekend was the Ohio State University. Yeah. If Michigan could have whooped, it would have been an absolutely perfect weekend. I got to spend time with my mom and my sis for a short period of time on Thanksgiving, and it literally was the perfect Thanksgiving weekend. Short, sweet, made money, kept it pushing, and I can't wait for Christmas in New York City. It's going to be great. Let's talk about some sports. Oh, yeah, we here now, baby.
Make sure you hit up Reese Jenkins when you go to New York as well, too. Let's see if you can have a chance to get in contact with him. But you're going to be with family, and I know exactly how that is. All right, fellas, it's time for me to shut the hell up and time for us to go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order.
All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order.
All right. We just had Thanksgiving weekend, of course. I hope everybody got along and Didn't fight nobody. I hope some people's food had a whole lot of seasoning. I hope some family members got along. And I hope y'all had a great and wonderful time during Thanksgiving. I hope no one got cussed out or beat the hell up. But either way, that's neither here nor there. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about football, fellas. All right. Now that we're through Thanksgiving weekend, the true season for contenders really begins. So, based on that, fellas, let's play a game of fill in the blanks. All right. Question number one. The best team in the NFL right now is.
This is going to be surprising because 1 week doesn't define an entire season.
Mm-mm.
And as great as it feels right now, it's still the Los Angeles Rams to me.
Okay.
It is. Despite how great and amazing it felt to put that L on them, courtesy of my Carolina Panthers. You see it on the shirt.
Anybody want a shaved goat?
I think great teams every now and again need a little shakeup, and I think this right here was a little bump in the road for them. And I'm not this is not me discounting my Panthers. It's starting to grow on me. And I'm seeing those moments where the Panthers can actually compete. I'm seeing the defense actually do defensive things. We didn't have JC Horn this week.
Nope.
And we still managed to disrupt arguably the best quarterback in the league right now, as far as the statistics is right now. Matt Stafford is doing his thing. I think he went 10 weeks without an interception. The boys out there, they go to grab. But and that's what I'm saying. That still is a testament to how good and how balanced the Rams are. This does not define their entire season. I still believe right now, I think they are still the best team in all of the NFL. Yes, sir.
Scotty D, what say you? The best team in the NFL right now is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that the Rams traveling across the country and facing a really good Carolina team at home. I still
say that part about the Panthers one more time.
They're good.
They're
good. Yeah. They're 7-6, 4-2 at home, so they're especially tough to beat at home. It was a 3-point loss. They didn't go out there and get blown out. Like I said, it's a cross country thing that I don't remember any Super Bowl champions other than the Miami Dolphins going undefeated. All good teams lose. The league's too good for you not to go through all the way through and not lose a game. So yeah, it's just one of those things that they lost a game. There's no reason for alarm or to be concerned. They lost a 3-point game to a really good team on their turf on the other side of the country. If you're the Rams, I think you still got to be feeling pretty good about things. I still think they're the team to beat in the NFC, and I think when it comes to the contenders in the AFC, the Rams would have I think the Rams get by them if it comes down to that. Yep.
And good point, Scotty D. I want to piggyback off of that. Technically, yeah, the Rams were playing at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Because, at the end of the day, they're adjusted to Pacific Standard Time. And I know they're professional athletes and everybody could make that argument and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they were playing at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's not easy at all. If you're used to playing at 1 or you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
And they scored 28. I mean, their defense is seen better days, but again, you're on the road. It happens. I mean, all good teams lose occasionally to another good team. It happens that way. But I'm not ready to say, especially after last week when I was saying, wow, the Rams look really good. They're on a roll. They just blasted the Buccaneers right off the field. I'm not ready a week later to say they lost by 3. I was too quick to say that they were the best team, especially because the other teams that I had the conversation, I don't feel that way about anymore. Exhibit A, Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh boy, I don't know what's going on with them, man. It ain't looking too good.
How about you, Eddie Cole? Who do you think is the best team in the NFL tonight? Now fill in that blank in for me.
The best team in the NFL right now. I may have kind of tipped my hand last week, but I'll tell you right now, the New England Patriots. They are sitting atop of the the AFC East with a 10-1 record, first place, right? Drake May has thrown for over 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The emergence of the running game with Travion Henderson with 5 touchdowns that leads the team. And then from a team standpoint, offensively, um, they average about 359 yards per game and score about 26.5 points, which is respectively 7th and 8th on the defensive side of things. They allow 18.8 points per game, and they also give up 301 0.2 points per game. Again, 8 and 7. And if you look at their next, you have a bye this upcoming week, week 14. And if you look at next week, they play Buffalo at home, and then they close out the season on the road against Baltimore, Jets, and Miami. They're good. They're good. I don't know what Mike Vrabel done did. He must have put some of that Patriot pimp juice in there and just got them firing on all cylinders. Like, I damn near forgot Gerard Mayo was even there last year, if you want to be honest.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry's finally getting the ball. Keyshawn Booty, not Boot, but Booty, he's emerging. And then you got Cardi B's baby daddy, Stephon Diggs, doing some pretty good things. And the defense is doing some pretty good things as well, too. So I say the best overall complete team right now in the NFL, the New England Patriots. Without Tom, Edward, Patrick, Carmichael, Gerald, John, Fitzgerald, Brady, and Bill Belichick. And hey, Bill Belichick, how's that mess doing in North Carolina? Who needed who?
He is struggling at North Carolina. They just lost to NC State. It is
And then whenever the zeros hit the clock, that little 24-year-old come rolling up to me. He's just fine. He's just fine.
He all right. Yeah.
He all right.
Yeah, he all right. He just fine. All right.
She might be Looney Tunes, but he doing all right.
Yeah, but he all right. All right, fellas. Question number 2. The team with a statement win this past weekend was. Can I go first?
Go first.
Go first.
Scotty D, you mentioned a team that kind of they're in a free fall in the NFC. One of your division rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, guess who thumped the Eagles on the chin this past weekend? The number 1 seed in the NFC, the Chicago Bears. Yeah, they beat the Eagles 24-15. And the thing about the Chicago Bears is we've been seeing this for over the last few years, how they've been slowly but surely putting the pieces together to make the team that they have now, between drafting Colston Loveland, between drafting Cole Kmet, and then having DJ Moore at wide receiver and Roma Dunze, and then the backfield's pretty good as well too. And the Bears are a real solid team. I mean, we helped the Carolina Panthers. We kind of gave them some stuff to help build that with. But
you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chicago.
Consider 2 things the difference a year makes.
Mm-hmm.
Last year on Thanksgiving Day, they absolutely blew a game or an opportunity to beat the Lions with some terrible coaching decisions. I believe got Eberflus fired that following day. Fast forward a year, and what a difference a coach makes, because they hired Ben Johnson, and he's got those guys believing. He's developing his quarterback, who's playing an entirely different career this year than he was a year ago. So give credit where it's due. That's the coach that Jerry Jones never interviewed when they needed a coach. It was Ben Johnson. Didn't interview him, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay. Scotty D, I would like to submit for a possible future Choices of the Voices question. Who do you think is Coach of the Year this year? Mike Vrabel or Ben Johnson? Because I think those are the 2. That
season's not over yet. Look in the rearview mirror. Here comes Schottenheimer.
Oh,
here it comes.
There it is.
Dog.
There it is. Hey, but
season's not over yet.
There's a checklist. Be Live. Cowboys.
Check out, but no.
Or JJ Redick, he could be also considered Coach of the Year.
Oh, dear sweet
mother. Check.
We're stop it. That was just premature. But he's not wrong when it comes to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are trending in the right direction
in the playoff hunt, right?
Yeah,
with us. in playoff hunt, right? With Carolina and somebody else.
Oh yeah, and to be in, I'm not gonna because Scotty D, that has to be your answer when it comes to statement wins. Mine is going to be, how about them Houston Texans? They said, "Hey, hold on now, y'all done wrote us off," and I'm like, "Yeah, we still here." And now you've got a 3-team lockjaw almost in the AFC South. Houston, Texas, only one game behind in that division. The Jacksonville Jaguars have now taken over the division lead, but they're only a game ahead because the Jaguars and the Colts are tied. And the reason why the Jaguars and the Colts are tied is because Houston said, "Wait a minute. Oh, y'all thought that the Colts were the best team?" Because we could have easily 2 weeks ago said that the Colts, and I believe we had said that the Colts were the best team in the NFL. And now they're not going in the right direction. I think teams are starting to figure out how to limit Jonathan Taylor, and they're realizing without Jonathan Taylor, that teams is not as good as they have been. And
Carly, Carly Irsay Gordon is going to be on the sideline working overtime. You ever see her like just looking at the game like taking notes and writing things down and boy, yeah,
acting like she really doing stuff. But see, hey, it looked like
drawing pictures. But nah, I mean, shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
It looked like it was working, and I mean, it's still up there. They were not, let's not get too crazy.
No.
And writing them completely off. They're still there. They still easily could be a threat. But hey, there's some chinks in the armor, and the Houston Texans, showed that this past week. And here's one thing that people forgot about Houston. They've seen the struggles of C.J. Stroud. Davis Mills came through and won 3 straight for him. And I believe, Stroud came back this week and kept it. They've won 4 straight now. And now are right in the thick of things. But people forgot Houston's defense. They are not playing around. They were all in the backfield against Buffalo and then did the same thing against the Colts. Their defense is legit. And you know my favorite phrase when it comes to it, defense wins championships. And Houston is showing, hey, they're like, hey, y'all been dogging our quarterback, y'all been dogging our team, wrote us off, et cetera, et cetera. And we still here. And it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a knockdown, drag out fight because the majority of the games left on all of their schedules are against each other in that division. So, oh man, Houston, Texas made a statement this past week beating the Colts. Oh, it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out fight. Yes, sir. Scotty D, we know what your answer is gonna be.
Well, no, not necessarily, because obviously you want me to say the Cowboys. And you feel like us, but here's the thing: if the Cowboys lose to the Lions on Thursday night in Detroit and step on against Minnesota, then a statement from them is nothing. They beat the 2 Super Bowl teams in 5 days, but that's not a statement. That's them in desperation trying to make the playoffs. So I guess my definition of a statement game is a little bit different here because I'm looking at a team like the Denver Broncos, who are we really sure that they're as good as they are leading their team? And they go to Washington, and despite the fact that Washington's record's down a little bit, this is a team that's not devoid of talent. They were in the championship game a year ago. Denver does not fold up the tents. It was an outstanding game. They fight, they claw all the way to the end. For them to not cave and actually they give up in overtime a touchdown, and Washington goes for the 2-point conversion. And instead of feeling the momentum of the game slipping away from them, they preserve the win. They go out and get the win. I think that's a statement that they're saying, yeah, we are the team to beat in the AFC. We went on the road in prime time. We were tested. We were pushed to our limits. We found a way to win. I think that was more of a statement than any other team of the weekend.
Yeah, what did I say last night in the group chat, fellas? I was like, the Denver Broncos. I don't know, man. It's just like it's slow and it's plodding, but come the fourth quarter, it goes.
Yeah, and you know, all season long I kept thinking they're going to trip up a little bit. They're not that good. They're going to trip up, and when they have their opportunity to trip up on Sunday night, on prime time on the road, they get it done. They get a big win.
This formula can't last in the playoffs, though.
Maybe not,
I'm
but it's a
telling you,
statement
exactly.
win right now. But and I think maybe when you get into a playoff game, if they get stuck with a draw against the Ravens, I would still pick the Ravens to beat them in a postseason game. I still would go that way. But for right now, they're showing a lot of they've won 9 in a row. That's
a lot of moxie. You're right, Scott. It's a lot of moxie.
Yeah. I like to say that good teams find a way to win games. Yes, that is a say. And you can say that a lot. You have to say that a lot about the Denver Broncos. But some of these games, you look and you're just like, why are these other teams still in it? Why can they not find a way to put these teams away early? Because they're going to come up against a team that's going to be like, nah, we're not waiting. We just going to step on the gas and we just going to keep going. And Denver doesn't have the moxie to come back from 14-21 down.
Maybe, but after 12 weeks, they've won 10 games. After 12 games, they've won 10 of them. So
they have.
You know, they're still. All along I've been waiting for them to slide down and Kansas City to rise up, and it just hasn't happened that way.
I remember watching them play the Raiders on a Thursday night game, and I was like, "What in the hell is this?"
Right. Those are the games I'm talking about. The Raiders and you Scotty.
That was a terrible game. Game.
You made a good point about how the Redskins football team, no name team commander Piglets were NFC championship game
last season.
And they still have that same talent on the team. And I mean injuries or whatever. I mean Marcus Mariota is not Jay Daniels, but heck. The Broncos found a way to make him look halfway decent. But that's something like, how are they keep letting these teams? Like, if I was the Broncos are worse than my Panthers have been when it comes to cardiac cats. I'm like, yo, to be a Broncos fan right now, you're taking away years off of people's lives the way you're playing right now. And hey,
You're thrilled if you're Denver today. You've been bad for a long time. You're thrilled.
You're happy. You're super happy. All right, fellas. With that being said, let me take the question real quick. My screen kind of went out. Speaking of moments, and then some. The top moment. What was the best moment of the weekend was, and I'll go ahead and say it, that one-handed catch by Treylon Burks in the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders game, and he had a man draped on him. This is a hot take, BLive, cue the fire graphic. I'll say that catch is better than OBJ's one-handed grab against the Cowboys many years ago.
I'm not there with that. I'm not sharing that opinion, but it was a heck of a grab.
I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, the OBJ's catch, he didn't have that defender draped on him. He contorted his body. But I looked at the comparison side by side. They both wear number 13, by the way. I don't know what it is about 13 and making those ridiculous catches. We want to immortalize OBJ because it was like the first of its kind. We've never seen anything like it. But I might have to agree with Eddie Cool on it. The defender was draped on him, and for him to be.
Look, I'm not sure that was the best catch of the day. Did you see Puka Nakua's catch? He literally went around the defender and backhand cupped
in the rain.
Came down. I think that was an even better catch.
You know what? How about this? We'll sell it right now. SportsBros podcast family, SportsBros Nation. We're gonna put up a poll. Who had the better catch this past weekend? Was it Treylon Burks or was it Puka Nacua? I ain't gonna lie to that. Damn, Puka. Boy,
there was a third catch. I'm gonna put it up there in the poll anyway. Just to give people that third option. There was 3 really good catches.
What was the third catch?
I ain't there with it yet. I just know that there's a third one.
You saw it in the Clemson Carolina game, didn't you?
No. It was an NFL.
Okay.
It was definitely NFL. just remember they were talking about it. I saw the video clip of it. I just can't remember exactly what it was, but I know I'll be able to pull it up.
Kenneth Gainwell had a nice one for the Steelers out of the backfield too. Where he reached down and like grabbed the point of the ball and ended up picking up like a 10-yard gain on it. One of the few bright spots for the Steelers. But
speaking of the Steelers, Scotty D, what I gotta ask, man. What's the talk of the town in the Steel City, man? What's going on in Western Pittsburgh? What's the talk?
What is same it's been for a while? That's firing Tomlin. They are ready to move on. They are ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and you say Aaron Rodgers, like he got his ass kicked. I'm like, ooh.
Oh, he got a big swelled up honker today.
Man, got like with some butterfly stitches across his nose.
Yeah, he's got a scabbed up sniffers. Could have happened to a nicer guy. Sorry.
Is your sniffer, bro?
Okay, so that is actually probably one of my great moments of the weekend. And it's hard for me on Thanksgiving Day to not say that the Cowboys coming up with a win over the Chiefs was not a great moment. That's my moment. But I have to mention how much I enjoyed the Friday afternoon game. Wow, was that fun to watch. Here you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who only 9 months ago won the Super Bowl. They are the current champions of this calendar year. They were in first place on Friday at 8-3. And yet their fans booed every play all the way down to the punter. They booed the punter. Santa Claus left with 9 minutes to go in the game. He was disgusted. He'd say it up. Their fan base has had it. They've had it. They were so miserable. They were so upset. They were having a terrible Black Friday. They're getting their butts kicked. But they were only down 10-3. They were literally a play away from tying the game and another play away from taking the lead. And they're in first place still. And they are just miserable in Philadelphia. And I enjoyed the bad play of Philly and the booing as much almost as I did the Cowboys beating Kansas City on Thanksgiving Day. That was a wonderful weekend for me. Be Live, what you got?
What's your moment?
Well, Scotty D, at first I thought you making a joke towards me because I completely forgot on Friday that the game was at 3:30.
Oh,
I took a whole nap. I woke up at 6:30 and all of this talk about the Eagles booing and everything. And I'm like, what? Eagles doing what?
It was glorious.
Say what?
It was wonderful.
It was a whole football game that I saw not one bit of it. I mean, not a lick. And usually, if I'm home not doing anything, I'm watching games. I was at
mouth wide open, catching flies.
It was on a weird channel. Anyway, it was on a weird channel.
Was it Prime? Amazon Prime?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah, either way.
Or maybe it's on the channel that shows Live Golf. What was that channel?
CW?
The CW, yeah. It might have been on the CW. I don't know.
Home of NXT, by the way.
Yeah, I you know what? I'm not gonna do that.
Be like, what was your moment?
But my moment was clearly and easily the fourth in Carolina Panthers. It felt like every time they had a fourth down, they took the top off the defense. I think, especially that one with Ted McMillan, 43 yards to freaking take the lead. What? I'm in here. I'm at the house losing my love. And the thing about it is, I decided to stay in because I'm like, it's the Rams. The 49ers just handled up business against us. That's the team I expect us to be. The Rams are about to destroy us. Say what? Say who? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
You didn't decide to hurry around to the bar so you could yell and drink beer?
No.
See, I'm surprised you didn't get out by halftime.
Sundays are tough for me because I work on Sunday evenings. So, it's tough for me to get up at 1:00 and be somewhere, drink from 1 to 5, take a half a nap, and then gotta work at 7 all the way to almost sometimes 2:00 in the morning. It's rough, bro. I be telling people, you know what?
I have to question your commitment to your craft.
So I'm gonna need you to
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I have to question your commitment to your alcohol, but that's
First of all, like you just turned 53. I'm 43. I can't do it like I used to. Huh? Say what? You just, 5'3"?
Well, how the kids say it? How the kids say it? 5'3".
Yeah.
Or be like, you'll like this one. 7'6".
Six. Because he's old. People.
Scotty D, that's what the kids are doing nowadays. Next time you go,
trust me, I know. I've been in the kickball scene.
I just say, yeah. Next time you go to you talk to kids. Hey, how tall is the Greek freak Giannis? 6, 7, and it's hilarious. I don't know. But anyways, all right. With that being said, that's it for NFL Week 13. Be live. Is it Week 13 talk?
No, Week 13.
Well, Week 13 talk coming up next. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yep. Scotty D, you got time for it when we come back? Gonna do a little choices.
Yeah. Are we doing? Are you doing that little thing where you talk about football, college football?
No, he's not doing it because guess what? Looking at my phone, guess what time it is?
Oh man, it's time for Lane Kiffin to leave this new job already.
That's why people like Lane Kiffin is why I have low expectation in people. Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's time for our favorite portion of the show, the choice of the voices. And with that being said, hey, yo, Button, hit it. Choice of the voices coming right back at you right here on the Sports Bros podcast. I'm hyped now, boy. I could do this all night. Yeah, I could do this all night. Yes.
And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
called an audible. Omaha, turkey, fire, shoot. We called an audible. Real quick, we want to have a little conversation about Lane Kiffin, and I expressed before we left the break. People like Lane Kiffin are the reason why I have low expectations for some people. Not all people, but some people. Scotty D, in case you guys haven't, out there, in case y'all don't know, Lane Kiffin left Ole Miss mere weeks before the playoffs start to take the job at LSU. Good job, good coach. But it leaves a sour taste in our mouth, Scotty D. What did you just say before we hit the record button about somebody with a wandering eye being Lane Kiffin?
Yeah, I said whenever you marry someone who's always looking at the other chicks, that's a risk you run, and that's what Lane Kiffin is. He's always looking to go elsewhere, looking to do something. I mean, how many SEC teams does this guy want to be in a locker room for? I mean, he's going from team to team to team, and for him to leave now when he actually has a chance to win the national championship with his team, that's a wandering eye. And B-Live, I'll let you go ahead and crush him here in a second, but let me just throw this out there. The NCAA has to do something about putting a deadline up against hiring coaches so this kind of thing doesn't happen. This is as much the NCAA's fault that they let Kiffin be in this position as anything else. And I know they say you got to get kids registered for the spring semester, all that. You know what? Deal with it. You can't. I think the NCAA has to make a change on that. Go ahead, B.
You set up the football season to be the way it is. You put these extra games in, you expand the playoff, but you don't anticipate the academic year. It's about the student athlete, and they forgot about that again. This is an easy fix. Just move all of this transfer portal and all this mess to the end of the semester in May. I understand you want to get these guys in for spring games or whatever. For what and for why? You have all the time during the summer to do all of this. You shouldn't, as a transfer, shouldn't get the same advantages as somebody that went to the school. Hey, catch up. I don't care, but you're trying to afford these kids all. The transfer portal is terrible. Absolutely terrible the way they've got it played. And it's because of things like this. Lane Kiffin, you piece of trash human being. Piece of trash, bro. I mean, the fact that other teams are allowed to talk to coaches in the middle of all of this is trash. LSU, trash. The NCAA allows it. NCAA, trash. This entire situation is trash. And anytime anybody tries to tell me that they're doing what's the best interest for the kids, this is the exact part that I be talking about where I tell them where they're absolutely full of crap. They're full of shit. I'm cussing right now because they're full of it. This is not of the kids in mind. And this is what they do. They give them an olive branch like, oh, well, this is why you're allowed to transfer 3 or 4 times, and this is why you're allowed to NIL this. That does not make up for this. Ole Miss has over 100 student athletes on their team. Not every one of them gets an NIL deal. Not every one of them is good enough to be transfer portal ready. There are kids on this program that are 11-1 right now, and they have a chance to win the national championship.
And Ole Miss is good. They're good.
They're good. But now,
we'll see if the committee punishes them the way they did Florida State for losing their back a couple of years there too.
People are sitting waiting because it could easily be that way. Yeah. They're not going to be the same team with half their coaches and half their players already entering the transfer portal, ready to go to the other team. I'm sorry, I know I took too much time. Scotty, you got places to go. But man,
hey, yo, Button, hit it.
Oh,
yep. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and streamline to it. Once again, thank you to the wonderful and
lovely
this button for introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. We ask y'all a question, you give us an answer, and we talk about it right here on the Sports Bros podcast. All right. With that being said, Scotty D, what's on tap for this week's choices of the voices?
Well, we asked in the tradition of the Lions playing at 1:00, which actually was a new tradition. They've been playing at 12:30 on Thanksgiving Day since 1983. That was kind of a little little tiny tradition changer. But the Lions playing the early game, the Cowboys playing the late game, and alternating at night. Do you like that tradition, or would you rather see some wholesale change where everybody gets a chance? And surprisingly, cool. I was actually surprised at some of the answers. Do that thing where you read the answers.
Let somebody else go ahead.
Well, Eddie Cool. Eddie Cool, I've got it streamlined. I meant to send it to you guys, but I have the answers in front of me to help if I can just read it out for time and whatnot. But
make it real quick. Yep.
Yeah.
Uncle Maxie says, I like it the way it is. It's a holiday tradition. Cool. I got it. TB Tony Bogan, he said, there is no reason to change the tradition, no matter the record. Tis true. All right. Chris Grella, he said, I love it the way it is. The big boss man, Bruce Diamond, says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The best name in the game, Jojo Comfort, he said, it's past time to freshen things up on Thanksgiving Day. Let everyone get a chance for the 8-legged turkey. All right.
Turducken. Oh,
the turducken. All right. And Josh Max Baker gave us a paragraph and an essay. So to summarize it, he said, he likes the fact that pretty much two teams, they always play, being the Cowboys and the Lions. He said he don't care for other teams, but there's a sense of nostalgia. The Cowboys have won the last 3 Thanksgiving games, and it makes the food taste better when they lose, but it's okay if they don't. After that amount of deviled eggs in my liver. So long story short, man, just don't go to Josh Max Baker's house and eat deviled eggs because he's going to kick you out. And he said, him being a Packers fan, he wants Detroit to lose each and every single year. And Trey Dizzle says, Thanksgiving is for football. That is what the Pilgrims wanted. Mahomes is about to meet the doomsday defense, which he did in Dallas. And Craig Burns says, Thanksgiving memories, and has a picture of the Mark Sanchez butt fumble. Iconic. So shout out to everybody for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices. Scotty D, change it or leave it the way it is.
I love it the way it is for me, but I'm a Cowboys fan, so I love that tradition. I was surprised so many people agreed, though. I thought a lot of people would want to get the Cowboys and Lions off of Thanksgiving Day and just rotate it up, but it's always the Lions, it's always the Cowboys. I like it that way. I wouldn't want to change it. Be Live, what about you?
I'm absolutely cool with it, because one of my favorite Thanksgiving memories is the Cowboys versus the Panthers, 2015. Oh, such a wonderful year. We brought out the color rush. Yeah, the color rush.
That was lame.
I was lame
playing against a quarterback who had a broken collarbone.
You
can't be proud of that.
I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
It was a victory. These are professional athletes. And I enjoy watching the Lions as well. The Lions have definitely grown on me over the course of the years, so I like to see them. And if teams are willing to work on Thanksgiving Day, we greatly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Some teams, you just let them enjoy their family. But yeah, Cowboys, Lions, keep doing what you do on Thanksgiving. I'm here for it.
If I don't see Cowboys and Lions during Thanksgiving, I don't want nothing to do with it. And I also like the 12:30 start time as well, too, as opposed to the 1 o'clock start time. I mean, I get it, but by 12:30, you're starting to eat, or you're finishing touches on your Thanksgiving meal. So leave it like it is. Give me Cowboys, give me Lions, give me the creative player uniforms of the Lions, and give me the old school throwback with Starback with the Cowboys uniforms as well too. And I think the Carolina Panthers have only played one Thanksgiving game, and there are some teams that haven't played any Thanksgiving games at all. There was a graphic I saw a little bit. And with that being said, Scotty D, what's on tap for next week's Choices of the Voices?
All right, this would be a pretty basic one, but what team makes the NFL better by being good, by being a contender?
Ooh, I like this one.
This kind of goes across all sports. We're going to specifically talk NFL for this one, but as a guy who has always hated Duke basketball, I can acknowledge that when Duke is a good basketball team, it makes college basketball more interesting. So what NFL team does that for you? Whether you love them or hate them, what team do you think makes them better? And actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We will say you cannot say your own favorite team. So I cannot say the Cowboys next Monday. So I'll have to come up with something else.
Make it think real quick.
Yeah.
Scotty D, we know you got a takeoff, man. Thank you. And also tell our boy Dean Kennefick we said what's up, all right?
I'm off to WVU to watch Villanova and the 25th ranked Mountaineers women's hoops team play. And that's my evening. I'll give you
matter of fact, who plays for West Virginia? Former Aaliyah Catholic basketball star Carter McCray. I think she plays for the Mountaineers as well, too. I think
I'll tell her you said hello.
Yes. Tell her tell her I said hi. Anyways, yep, that about does it for another edition of Choices of the Voices. Coming up, be live, grab the pepper grinder. Because it's time for it.
I know. I still get my segment. We just switched it around.
Yeah.
He didn't talk enough about college football. So he's got to talk about 30 teams or something like that. Then I'll see you guys later.
All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, coming up, we know what? We're not going to. Boys and girls, cats, dogs, and fans of the 7-6 Carolina Panthers. This is the Be Live Top 5.
So I'm gonna truncate it just a little bit because there's really not too much to talk about when it comes to college football. We did not have that many upsets this past week. A lot of your favorites won, but the biggest upset was Texas beating Texas A&M, giving them their first loss. So that shook up a little bit of the things because Texas A&M went from being the top team in the SEC to not even being in the SEC championship. Ladies and gentlemen, I could sit here for a long time and try to explain to you the tiebreaker rules in all these different conferences, but it would take away too much airtime. I'm just gonna basically tell you where we at, how it is, and what we're doing when it comes to the Be Live Top 5. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna talk about the teams at the bottom and the 11th seed and the 12th seed because there's a lot going on. The 12th seed, I'm not going to make a prediction. It's going to be simple. The 12th seed will be the winner of the American Conference Championship between North Texas and Tulane.
Okay.
But the past couple of the college football playoff rankings has had Tulane, even though they have 2 losses, has had Tulane as the best group of 5 team. I personally, when I make my list, I've had North Texas as better than Tulane. Because of the having 1 loss as opposed to 2 losses. I know everybody they like to harp on strength of schedule. At the end of the day, like I look at common opponents too, and there's a couple of common opponents that North Texas has just played better than Tulane. But we'll see. They had this is the matchup: North Texas versus Tulane, and the winner will most likely be the group of 5 representative to make it to the college football playoff. Now, if that wasn't interesting enough, I'm going to go to the number 11 seed. The number 11 seed is either going to be the Virginia Cavaliers if they win the ACC championship, or it's going to be one of those aforementioned teams that I just mentioned, the winner of the North Texas or Tulane game. Because if Duke wins the ACC championship, they're not getting in because people don't read the rules. The college football playoff stipulates that the top 5 ranked conference champions make it in. For years, for the majority of it, well, there's only been 2 years, actually, now that I think about it. But the entire time, people have assumed that the ACC gets an automatic bid. They do not. And it would be hard-pressed to put a 5-loss Duke team over a 1-loss North Texas, a 2-loss Tulane, or a one-loss James Madison out of the Sun Belt. So if Duke wins the ACC, guess who gets invited to the party? Hey, James Madison.
The
Jam you.
Dukes.
Duke wins, the Dukes win.
Yeah.
And they will put James Madison at the 12th seed and put the winner of the American Conference at the 11th seed. Ladies and gentlemen, do a little bit of research before you just start throwing Duke into your prediction. Because Duke, I'm telling you right now, if the committee puts a 5-loss Duke above the Sun Belt champion or the American Conference champion, that right there shows clear bias towards the Power Four conferences.
They're gonna tear. Ooh, it's gonna be. Go ahead, be live.
And that's what I'm saying is you set a standard and then you're gonna go completely against it. And so this also, I'm about so sick and tired of everybody trying just automatically just putting Notre Dame in. Notre Dame should not be in. And if the committee does right, if BYU beats Texas Tech, they will kick Notre Dame out. Notre Dame join a conference. I don't care how much money you make. Your money is now showing absolute influence when it comes to the college football playoff committee. If it was any other team besides Notre Dame wouldn't be in. Notre Dame doesn't have the resume that's better than Miami. Because Miami beat Notre Dame. Head-to-head should matter. You keep putting Notre Dame above Miami because Miami lost to 2 unranked teams. The first tiebreaker should always be head to head. I don't care about none of the other stuff. I don't care that Notre Dame. You know one of the dumbest things I've heard?
What's the dumbest thing you heard, B-Live?
Oh, Notre Dame had a true freshman quarterback, and so he wasn't ready at the beginning of the season. I don't give a. So you're telling me that Notre Dame should get a 2-week bye because they had a true freshman? That's how none of this works.
The fact that somebody had the brain power to conjure up that thought, to say it to themselves, then relay the message from the brain to the mouth, and for them to say that whoever said that, be live, they don't know ball.
It makes no sense to me.
It's because he a freshman. What, you want a cookie?
Oh, and see, this is a precedence that the college football playoff has done, where they say, "Oh, it's the eye test. Oh, they look better now than they did back in the." This is the only competitive sport that we allow teams to get better during the season, and that's how they qualify. Oh, they got better. No, name another sport. Name any other sport. Gymnastics doesn't even do that. No. You get points for wins at the beginning of the season, points for wins in it, for all around and all. There's no, they got better. They look better now than they did before. That is horse manure.
I look at it like this.
It's cow dung.
The only way you look better is you go out, you win games, and you beat people. That's how you look better. You don't come. It's not like week 0 and you're playing like what? I don't want to say Valdosta State, and you're playing Mercyhurst or something like that, and you beating them like 95-0, and then they look good during Mercyhurst. Stumbled against Coastal, but look all world against Clemson. No, I look at it like this: win week 1 through how many weeks is it? College football.
That's 14.
Yeah, do what you gotta do from week 1 through 14. All right, win games. If you're gonna lose one, make sure it's a one to a good quality opponent. But as far as they look good. Be live, I look good, but I'm not in the tournament.
This is something else. I gotta make a point. It's frustrating.
It is.
It's frustrating. Here's another thing. if you make it to your conference championship, you should not get punished for losing that conference championship. If you're in a position to be in the playoffs before your conference championship, you should still be in that same position. The conference championship should only determine who is seated higher between the two teams.
Yeah.
People are now clamoring that, if Alabama loses in the SEC championship, they'll be a 3-loss team and they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. How? Tell me how.
No.
Alabama is one of the best 12 teams in the country.
And throughout the season, Alabama got better.
Yeah.
They got
But
if you want to do the eye test mess, look what Bama did. From
Right.
the first few weeks was like, I don't know. And then they just been beating everybody after that.
And they're trying to hold that Florida State loss over their head, which granted, that is part of their resume without a shadow of a doubt.
That's a bad loss.
But I look at it this way once again. Alabama won a bunch of top-ranked teams as well. Alabama is the one in 11-1 when it comes to Georgia, which arguably is one of the best teams in the country. Oklahoma is hot, but hey, Oklahoma's that other loss to Alabama. Alabama has two losses that are, hey, come on, let's look at something. At the end of the day, you got to look at the entirety of the season. You can't just pick and choose, and that's what they're doing when it comes to a Notre Dame team. They're saying, hey, just because they lost by 4 points in those two games, we got to take into consideration that their best win is against Southern Cal. Not that big of a win. They've only got 2 ranked victories. They played 4 ranked teams, but they only got 2 ranked victories. Alabama has 5. Oklahoma has 4. So, and I could. That's a whole other argument for another day.
And ain't 5 greater than 4?
And 4 is greater than 2, and all kinds of other stuff.
4 is greater than 2. 2 is greater than 1. I mean,
they showed a graphic of 5 teams that are like in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame had the worst resume out of all 5 of them when it came to strength of schedule, amongst the other measurables, FPI, and all that other. Like Notre Dame had the worst resume out of all of them. Their top ranked victory was the lowest rate out of all 5 of those teams, and so I'm just over here like, what justification are you giving me right now that Notre Dame should be over? Hell, even Vanderbilt has a better resume as a 2-loss team.
They probably won't make the playoffs either.
They're not going to make it. BYU has a better resume as a 1-loss team because it's only got 1 loss. That 1 loss is going to be most likely to a number 3 or number 4 Texas Tech. And shoot, again, that's another one where BYU should be in. They should get punished if they lose to Texas Tech again. But they're on the outside looking in the college football playoff. It's just going to be like, well, too bad, so sad. We got to get Notre Dame in because it's Notre Dame. That's wild to me. Notre Dame, you did great last year. You went all the way to the championship. Kudos to that. You deserve to be in there last year. This year, you do not. And that's where we're at. Sorry. You can't look at last year's success. You can't look at any of that. You got to look at what's happened this year. And man, once again, you expanded from 4 to 12, and it's going to be the same issue you had before. Somebody is going to get left out. 2 years ago, it was Florida State. This year, it's probably going to be BYU. BYU is going to be that team that's going to be on the outside looking in, and you're punishing BYU just to make sure that Notre Dame has a seat at the table without going to a conference championship. BYU is going to end up having 2 losses, and the committee's going to be like, well, they're a 2-loss team now, so now we can move them below Notre Dame. Well, they've already done that, and it's like, what are we doing? What What are we doing out here?
We don't even know. Be Live, which conference championship game are you excited to see the most? I'm like you. I'm trying to figure out. When I saw the graphic, it was like Duke and who?
And so Duke, by the way, gets in because their opponents have a better win-loss record than the
Okay.
other. There's like 5 teams in the ACC, all 6-2 in the
Okay.
conference. They
Okay.
have their opponents have the better record. I feel like that is a very silly metric.
Very.
So just a flip of the coin, where my opponent this year decided they want to be halfway decent. That's that's the luck of the draw. Like,
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. Be Live. It's extremely weird. Be Live.
so, but yeah, Duke's in, and I think it's the same thing with the ACC. Why Alabama gets in over Texas A&M, because all 3 of them have this, and so Texas A&M, because they ain't play nobody. That's not, again, that's not Texas A&M's fault.
Nope.
That is the conference that made that schedule, and now Texas A&M has to pay because the conference schedule what it is. It's crazy.
No divisions, 59 teams in one conference. Everybody can't play everybody. Be like, it's gonna be a mess before it gets fixed, man. I promise you it is. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Be Live Top 5, the special conference championship and playoff edition. Be Live. Grab that pepper grinder, because when we come back, around the pepper. Stick stay, don't you dare go away. Sports Bros Podcast coming at you right after this.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
And let's do it.
All right, you heard the woman. It's time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. We've been flying by like a mug, man. But before we go, around the pepper. You know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style. Kind of, sort of, not really, here to engage, enlighten, educate, and entertain. The 4 E's in no particular order. All right. With that being said, I'll go first. Be Live. Let's talk about some hockey and then what the NHL did back in 1930. All right. On this day in history, the NHL drops the 20-minute slashing about the head penalty. I guess if you take your stick and go to the head, you're pretty much sitting out for a whole period. If it's a 20-minute, sitting in the penalty box 20 minutes, you're in trouble. Yeah, it's a 20-minute. It's the world's longest power play, I guess. But shout out to the game being evolved, because can you imagine that? Be Live, a slashing about the head penalty is an important. It's a game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and somebody got to sit in the penalty box for 20 minutes. If I'm a penalty killing unit, I'm cussing, straight cussing. You got me out here on this ice, about to. Anyways, over to you, Be Live.
Oh man. Well, got some news for you. I'm pretty sure you already know. But it is what it is. I'm gonna make it a pepper point. After a 26-0 beatdown, courtesy of the Seattle Seahawks, the Minnesota Vikings, and one particular player on the Minnesota Vikings said, "I come all the way back home for this. This is supposed to be my final season. I want to ride out, at least do something."
I know you're talking about. Go ahead.
Adam Thielen, he said, "Hey, this ain't working out for me. I want to come home to solidify my legacy and everything. I've done some big things for y'all, but I'm not even contributing. You don't have me on the field. I mean, you got a lot. They got a lot of talent. Justin Jetta, Jalen Naylor, Jordan Addison. The wide receiver room is pretty full, but the Minnesota Vikings ain't winning." And Thielen was like, "Man, can I at least be a contributor to something? Let me get a ring or something, because it ain't gonna be here." Yeah, I mean, y'all ain't got me doing nothing. So the Minnesota Vikings have released Adam Thielen. Hey, Thielen, if you want to come back.
I mean, we left the door open, baby.
I'm just saying, we got a lot of young cats and that could use some veteran leadership. Our wide receivers, they're good, but we don't do much in volume. Like, I think we only have one wide receiver that has more than 300 yards. I mean, and
King Tet.
we're talented, but it's a little guidance, and could take a good team, make them a great team, and I think the Panthers have shown that we can make a push. Thielen, come on back to Charlotte, baby. You know you love us. You know you love us.
I'm forever grateful for Adam Thielen because he helped me win a fantasy football game one year. I mean, championship one year. Somebody said, "You gonna pick Adam Thielen over Odell Beckham Jr.?" You're damn right I am. You're damn right I did. Yeah. How you like it now?
Like that is an easy yes.
Yeah.
Thielen, and of course this year is different because, but for the years past, Adam Thielen was how they say in a basketball, he's a certified bucket.
Yeah, he's certified bucket. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Adam Thielen, absolutely. We would not mind you. Some people stupid, but we wouldn't mind you back in Carolina. Hey, cool.
Yeah.
The ball.
Be live on this day in history. Back in 1984, a few years after we were born, the 50th Heisman Trophy winner goes to Doug Flutie of Boston College. As he throws that big old Hail Mary to Gerard Phelan. As we know, his first run in the NFL didn't pan out too well. Then he went to Canada and became one of the best quarterbacks in CFL history, only to run it back with the Bills and the Chargers, and a brief run with the Patriots where he scored a free kick. Shout out to Doug Flutie, an all-time winner. Over to you, B Live.
Oh, there's some rumblings and some tumblings and so the rumor mill is packed with all kinds of mess these days, especially when it comes to the coaching carousel. And you know how it always happens where you start plucking from these group of five schools that do big things and great things and whatnot because coaches get fired here and there, and then coaches start to poach from other places. Lane Kiffin, sorry behind. I'm sorry. But a rumor involves my Clemson Tigers. North Texas, with their stellar season this year, going 11-1. I don't know where he ended up moving off to, but he took a Power Four job somewhere probably in the SEC.
Mm.
Well,
the Florida job?
It could be. I think that could be it.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, and it's probably somewhere in the story, but I don't feel like reading that much. But North Texas is looking for a head coach, and a prominent name in the Clemson coaching tree has come up, in the likes of our offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley. Interesting. His brother Lincoln did damage as a head coach. Garrett, probably at the end of the day, every coach wants to become a head coach. It just could be the opportunity. And what do I have to say to that? Throwing up the deuces, Garrett Riley, handle your business at North Texas. Hopefully, please, North Texas, take him. Because I have not been a fan of his offense at Clemson. I had high hopes when he came over from TCU, and I thought he was going to revolutionize the game and make some things happen. I decided I think his time has come. Hey, yeah, you better catch it now before people lose complete faith in you.
Mm.
So if it happens, it happens. And it's cool. The ball.
Be Live. You hear me say this on the Wellness Check Wednesday podcast. You also heard me say it not only once but twice on the SportsBros podcast about my expectation of people. We got to bring the penalty box back, and please ask me why.
Oh yeah, well, I don't even want to ask why because I think we need to as well. But please, sir, why do we need to bring the penalty box back?
Russell Wilson, he does nice things for people. He's an all-around nice guy. Yep, and people tend to give him flack for some unknown reason. Well, The problem with some podcasts nowadays, some people get guests and they start doing OMT, open mouth talking, and start talking too damn much. In the case of Trayvon Boykin, he was a former backup quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. All right. So he takes like a random shot at Russell Wilson. Russell like invited him over to his house for Thanksgiving. Russell had a handful of people over there, including wife Sierra, a few other people, and he called baby Future. The kid was bad as hell, right? Listen. Quick story, real quick. We got much time. But there was a point in time where I was able to go home for Thanksgiving, and some friends of mine invited me over to their house. I'm not going to say nothing bad about them. As I say time and time again on this podcast about doing something nice for yourself and being nice for others. Trayvon Boykin, where did this come from? This man opened up his house to you on a family holiday, Thanksgiving holiday, many years ago when you were in Seattle. This is about 9 years ago, and this is the thanks you get. People like you and Lane Kiffin are reasons 1A and 1B of when it comes to expectations of people. I said it very low because you do stuff like that. That's not cool, man. This man invited you into his house, and then you talk about his wife's kid. You talk about him. When I was down south, we had a big old thing. We had a big old Thanksgiving. Hey, here's $1 million question. How come you went with your family for Thanksgiving? And I believe it's that. Be live. Get us out of here.
Oh man. Third and final
Just
pepper for
stupid.
this is right. This. My third and final pepper point comes to me as a surprise and a shocker. Eddie, I mentioned it earlier in our group chat, and it still bothers me. It still bothers me quite a bit, and it's one of those things where I strive for us to hopefully be successful when it comes to this podcasting thing.
Mm.
And so when I see people that are mildly successful or highly successful and hear some of the bonehead takes and things that happen, it's like, we could do so much better.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, a little bit of research. Daniel Jones of the Indianapolis Colts is battling a hairline fracture in his fibula.
Mm.
When reporting on it, Pat McAfee, a former NFL professional kicker punter, replies not once but twice on his own podcast today, he didn't know what a fibula is. It's one of the two major bones in your leg. You are a professional kicker, and you were a professional kicker. You don't know what a fibula is.
And then closing. Do something nice for yourself if you can. Do something nice for someone else. They greatly appreciate it now.
Do that.
Be a blessing, not a burden, and know what a tibia is, a fibia is, and don't be Trayvon Boykin. It's been another episode of the SportsBros podcast. We'll see y'all next week. You a kicker. You got two legs that you use to kick a ball. How the hell do you not know